no one leaves Florida on Friday. So when that plane goes in, it's got to come out. You got to have somebody paying to bring that thing out. Does that make sense? Guess what? You get to Sunday, same thing. Same thing. No one's going in, but everybody's coming out. So you would have to figure out, you had algorithms and computer systems to figure out that look at previous loads and everything. To give you an idea, these systems are amazing. So at every, just so you know, flight numbers don't change that much. So when that flight number 123, you have an estimated flight time to get there. Well, a couple things. That time is what drives your money, and that airplane's moving. It doesn't make money sitting on the ground. So every 667th flight on flight number 123, it takes the average flight time and resets that. That's how long. So that's why sometimes, like, you know, I used to fly this, it was 90 minutes, now it's 93. So they've got the science down, but at the same time, those same type of algorithms look at what the average flights have been, average loads have been going way back. And these airlines are old now. They have so much data, and you can determine. And you look at other things. You know, is it Memphis in May? That's going to be different. We're going to increase the size of the aircraft. You know, we got a lot of people coming in for music fest and barbecue, and you have you look to see also at the same time, is there new businesses there like Indigo downtown, this agriculture company that does seed splicing. It's pretty amazing. They've added 800 new positions here just in the last year. So you know you get a little bit of demand and spike. So you look at all those mitigating circumstances, and that's how you try to figure out how to put the flights in, and you base it on that. And the smartest way to do is what Delta Airlines does. They change their number of flights. We're different. We got 10 a day to Atlanta every day, but a lot of cities, they might have 3 a day to Atlanta on a Tuesday and a Wednesday when no one's flying, and they'll jack it up to 10 to 15 on the peak days. So you just got to figure out what your customers' peaks are. And it's interesting, Delta and American United, their business travelers, the Southwest, they're totally different. Allegiant and Frontier are about the same. So those airlines, they just have to figure it out for themselves. Then no one's the same. This is fascinating.
So you're currently working on, you're giving Spirit the hard push now, huh?
We're giving everybody a hard push. Spirit, definitely. Spirit is interesting. They have a whole new management team. That's the other thing. I'm so sorry. You have to determine when that airline strategy changes. However, you're pitching them, you got to tweak your strategy. So, you know, when they zig, you zig. They zag, you zag. And you got to, you know, and they'll change that. Spirit just did change their model January 1. Whole new leadership team on board. And the key thing they did was they went in and they're going to not be ultra low cost, they're going to be low cost. They're making it more like AirTran and JetBlue. How AirTran was and like JetBlue. So much like AirTran was, it's pretty much all AirTran people there now. Former AirTran people. So, yeah, you're going to see them. They started putting first class in. They're putting Wi-Fi in. So that's not a common ultra low cost carrier move. It's a low cost carrier move. So we feel they could be a good fit here. We're targeting them. We're targeting our unserved destinations. We need Boston and San Francisco very bad. So, and you just try to pitch it as much as possible. Any little news that can garner information to that airline to serve that route, we're in front of them all the time. A lot of us just spend time just chewing the fat with the different planners, you know, in the airline. And that's one thing I've worked with most of them in the past. Somewhere in my career, we've all worked together. So.
Well, it's a dynamic industry, and
Yep.
there's a lot of big investments. They're coming out with new types of airplanes.
Oh yeah.
New routes, new everything, and for those of you that are interested in a career or summer jobs or internships or something, I would strongly recommend it. Work with the car rental people, work with the concessions. There's things happening out there at that airport.
There are. There's a whole lot happening.
Yeah.
That you don't realize it until you immerse yourself. I was in the airlines again, 20-something years, and once I started, I'm like, wait, you mean the airports do this? I mean, even as the airline guy, putting aircraft designing aircraft to those markets, I didn't realize. Yeah.
What happened to all the vendors that were in Beat? Because I know.
Oh, they all moved out we built out this, well, unfortunately, we had a lot of empty spaces there from the hub. And so we moved the PGA store and Starbucks out to where the Blue Note Cafe used to be. When you come through security, turn right, there's a Regions Bank.
Yeah.
There, right there. That was built out for them, and we built out Lenny's. We blew out some spaces. And the funny thing was on that piece, one of the key things that when you do that, you got to make sure that those gates over there were regional jets, 50 seaters all the time. Then you made them 180 seats, 737-900 capable. The one problem we ran into was we had to build out our bathrooms. No one gives you a rule book, an instruction manual on that. We learned that the hard way.
Because my mom, she used to work for HMS Host.
Yeah.
So she worked right beside with y'all, and she would work hands with all the vendors. I was just thinking about that. Like,
Yeah, they just moved out into areas, and we had to create areas. Like if we had like some kind of former office, we blew the wall out, put a kitchen in, and literally we got real creative over there. We had to do it fast because all that stuff started hitting suddenly. And then they came to us like, what do we do with our employees? Oh, okay, we knew that. We worked with them, but they want to keep them employed. So, yeah. Anything else?
Anything else for Chip? Let's hear it for him.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.